What's up, MMA fans? It's Tudor Leonte from Sherdog here, and right now I'm with one championship flyweight contender, Colbey Northcutt. Hi, Colbey. It's such a pleasure to have you here. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
What have you been up to recently?
I mean, obviously training for this fight. This is the biggest fight of my career to date. So I've been obviously training as hard as I possibly can. I'm actually from the Orange County area in Southern California, but I'm currently up here in Northern California in Sacramento with my brother Sage, and have been actually taking my training camp up here at Team Alpha Male for the past several weeks. So little bit change of scenery, some new training partners and things like that. But I'm really, really looking forward to this fight so I can showcase my new skills that I've learned.
Before we talk about your upcoming fight on April the 28th, I would like to go back a little bit to November 2019 when you made your successful one championship debut.
Okay.
Were you surprised that Padme didn't tap to your armbar that fight? Because it was really, really tight.
I was very surprised. She was a very, very tough opponent. I had been getting ready for that fight for multiple weeks. I was in the middle of a camp and I had two previous opponents fall through. So she kind of accepted it only a few weeks notice. So I knew that she was very game and she was very tough. So, I mean, I was surprised actually that she was not only able to withstand the triangle, but the armbar as well. I felt like it was pretty extended. But I also know going back and looking at the tape that there could have been a couple things differently that I could have done to maybe make it a little bit better. But I was very surprised that she was able to defend it, because I thought in my mind, okay, this is it, it's over. But everything works out the way that it's supposed to work out. And I feel much more confident knowing that I was able to, let her defend that and then go the rest of the 15 minutes. Because it had been about it's been 2.5 years since I had fought previously. So there was a little bit of ring rust, obviously fighting in a new organization and a new country. There's a whole lot of new factors. So I'm very grateful that it happened the way that it happened, because I needed that experience.
After that fight, you took almost 1.5 year break from fighting. I would like to ask if it was your choice or kind of you were forced to take this break, due to the COVID-19 situation and,
No, it was definitely not by my choice. I actually was scheduled to fight March of 2020. So I was planning on fighting in March, and then COVID happened, and that kind of just threw a monkey wrench in everything. And then the COVID situation, things got really serious down in LA and down in California. And obviously we're still dealing with some pretty bad restrictions with gyms being closed and things like that. I know that my husband and I, we own a gym ourselves. We had to close down ourselves for several months. So that did put a halt on training. It put a halt on training partners training. So as soon as one allowed me to be able to have a comeback fight and fight again, I was obviously ready right when they asked me. So no, the 1.5 years wasn't planned, but it's a blessing in disguise. I got to train and focus on myself and grow more as a fighter. So I really think that I'll be ready for this.
My sympathies, because I know it's a tough time for fighters, for gym owners, and hopefully everything will turn out to be just fine in the near future. You are now scheduled to collide with Sovannahry Em on April the 28th. Have you watched your opponent's tail of the tape, since she has a few fights?
Absolutely. She does. She has more experience than I do as a fighter, especially in the one circle. She did just have a fight recently in January, and she actually fought a very tall kickboxer like myself. So it was great to see kind of how she, excuse me, so my brother's cat wants to get in the middle of everything. It was very, it was good for me to see how she reacted to a very tall striker like myself. So I kind of got to see the blueprint of what I think that she's going to be able to try to do to me. Obviously, I understand that I'm very tall and I'm long, especially for my weight class. So the women that I will fight will be shorter than me. And realistically, I feel like they should all have similar game plans, right? To get on the inside and take me down. That's exactly what Savannah did to her previous opponent with Choi. So I got to see what she liked to do, what she was good at. And then also I felt like I got to see some things where I felt like I had the advantage in too. So it was very, very beneficial.
As far as I know, this is going to be the first time you are fighting on the same card as your brother. Does this make you nervous? Nervous, sorry.
As a professional, yes, it is the first time we're fighting on the same card. Actually, when we were amateurs fighting MMA fights locally in Texas for Legacy, we fought on all of the amateur cards we had basically together. So it's been several years since we've fought on the same card. And I will say I get very nervous for Sage because he's my younger brother. So I'm very happy that I'm fighting first because I get to get it out of the way, get it over with, and then focus on him. I do know that it's a big fight for him coming back, and there's a lot riding on the both of us. Obviously, we both want to perform to the best of our abilities. And, you know, fighting on the same card with him, I mean, I couldn't be more excited for it.
In case of victory, have you thought about a special celebration? You know, brother, sister, given that, you could, both of you could win and, you know, take home a victory.
That's the plan. I haven't actually thought of a special celebration, though. That's a really great question. I know that we both have had birthdays through this camp. It was my birthday yesterday, so I didn't get to really like celebrate like normal because I was in a camp. And actually, we will be fighting. The night we fight is actually the night of my husband's birthday. So I'll be fighting on his birthday of all things. So we'll probably do a big family celebration afterward and go enjoy some food. I wish circumstances were a little bit different without COVID. I understand that we won't be able to go and kind of sightsee and explore Singapore like last time. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
I know this may sound obvious, but are you actually training together? Like you said that you are training at the Alpha Male gym, but you are training.
We are, we're both together in the same gym. I've been traveling back and forth from Orange County to Sacramento about every other week. So I've been spending majority of my camp here. So I'm staying with him at his house. Training partners wise, I'm obviously not a good representation of Shinya Aoki. So we do have our own individual training partners. But we do drill a lot together. We are in the same practices together. And it's nice to be able to train alongside him again, which I did definitely miss.
Are you happy that your match is going to be aired on TNT in prime time?
Absolutely. I think I'm very excited that one is breaking into the US market for a multitude of reasons. But, you know, being an American and being here in the US, one of the biggest things is the time zone difference. So our previous fights, our friends and family are having to stay up in the middle of the night and watch our fights. Now it's going to be live here at a normal hour. So they can all watch together, which I'm very excited for. It'll obviously be a little bit of an adjustment, being that we'll be over in Singapore fighting in the morning. So that'll be something that's new for me. But the fact that one is breaking into the US market, I think is huge because it'll showcase the type of talent and amazing fighters that one has in their organization. And I think a lot of people in the US don't understand how huge that is.
Just to make this clear, you're going to fight live or is your fight going to be pre-recording?
It will be live. It will be live. From what I understand, while we're in Singapore, we will be fighting in the morning, which will be live here in the US in the evening time. So I'm very happy that it'll be live on TNT. That's huge.
And I asked the same question actually to your brother. Do you think that fighting in the early morning is going to affect some way your fighting style? I guess it's something pretty new to you.
Yeah, it is new. I think it'll be new to a lot of fighters. I don't think it will, because all of our practices are in the mornings and we're used to getting up and training in the mornings. And it'll just be one of those instances where we kind of have to just adjust. And whether if it's foreign to me, it might be foreign to somebody else too. I believe that it'll be like that for a lot of people, but I don't think it'll matter either way.
Before I let you go, do you have any last messages?
No, thank you for having me. I look forward to obviously putting on a show. I think it's going to be some really great fireworks, and you're going to get 2 W's from the Northcutt family that night.
Thank you for your time. Best of luck with your upcoming fight. Happy birthday, even though...
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And yeah, hopefully I'll hear again from you in the future.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.